Maker?
Yes,
sure. Well, I write everything, so it starts there and ends there. No, I mean, we get together, JG, Mike, John, and Michelle, the other runner, and we generate, you know, a bunch of, we play games. Can I explain the games, or no? Is that cool? Yeah. JG came up with this idea, guys, where we just write titles and we put them in a bowl, and then we pull them out, and then we each write a story for like a minute, and we do this like a billion times until your hand is like, oh crap, I hate writing. This is the worst job ever. And then we talk about them, and then we pick our favorites, and then we usually, you know, from that, we literally probably come up with 98%. And that's how they start, and then we, you know, Michelle and I will write outlines, and we'll write them up like one sheets, and then we'll all talk about them, and JG will, you know, sort of rewrite the whole thing. and then
take
we'll
it easy, it's okay.
And then we'll write outlines, and then we'll flesh them out. It's very collaborative, but it all comes from JG's vision, which is very clear, I think.
John, do you have any favorite episodes you want to talk about, or how they came about? Maybe that one.
Yeah, that one. It's pretty great. I'm a big fan of the Night Owl episode, just because that took a lot of work to get together, and I think we're all pretty proud of how that one came out. And it was a lot of fun to figure out how that one would work. The Night Owl is one of my favorites. And Baby Ducks is pretty good.
Yeah!
My favorites. Mike Roth, favorite episodes?
All of them. I like my mom. That one's really fun. We really got to delve into Muscle Man. He was the character we liked. JG had this really good idea for him for a while, and he would always tell my mom jokes. And then we managed to turn that into a story. So that one was really fun.
Sam, how about you?
I think excellent is not my favorite.
Bill?
I like any episode where Rigby ends up in the hospital or more as a result of his own misadventure.
Sean, I don't want to leave you out.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for coming back. I really like kind of a little bit like the genre episodes, like Hello Governor is kind of that's really fun to do.
JG, for Sean's song, you mentioned that some of the lyrics may not have been appropriate for children under the age of 18. The show is often kind of walking a line. It's rated PG, but you know it's still a kids' network. How does that go? Developing stories for the show and writing dialogue to being something that older kids will be into, but still kind of okay for younger kids.
Well, we're really writing it for ourselves, so we never think like, oh, this is going to be appropriate for children until you say something about it, and you're like, that's not going on the air. All right, how can we make this okay for everyone? Like a good example is there will be another Halloween special that we're working on, and it had to be, we got it all the way up to animatic, and we played it. We sent it, and they sent it over to Europe, and they check on it too. And based on the ending, they were like, "We can't even show it over here." We're like, "What?" So we had to redo a lot, like 3 minutes of it, because it probably would have given even adults nightmares. That's okay.
Do you have other favorite episodes you want to talk
about? Excellent was one of my favorites recently, and oh geez, there's just too many now. It's starting to turn into a blur. We just turned in our 100th episode yesterday.
Wow. This for JG or anybody. What else is coming up? I know we're in premieres. We're actually off this week. We're back the 26th of March, and then in premieres most of the summer, spring and summer. So lots of new episodes. But is there stuff you want to talk about a little bit?
Well, we did get picked up for season 4. There's a lot of new things. There's going to be...
Some people are happy about that. It's a smattering of applause.
Six people really happy.
yeah, the world is expanding, and we're going to start delving into like real half-hour specials with pretty intense stories. So we're excited about that. Yeah. What about you guys? Anything that you're particularly excited about that you can't? Obviously, don't spoil anything.
There's a lot of episodes coming up dealing with Margaret and Mordecai.
I think we've been exploring Muscle Man a bit more too.
Yeah.
That sounded weird, but I mean, there are more stories coming out, which always I really like.
I don't mean it like that.
And I know I actually did mean it like that, but he's my personal favorite, so I like when we get into his world.
Sam, do you wish there was more Benson or Muscle Man or Pops? Do you have a favorite to perform?
Muscle Man hurts my throat after a while, so I don't mind when there's not a ton of it. But I like it. I think Pops is my favorite.
How quickly can you do all three voices?
Quickly?
Well, in an argument with yourself. Just do it now. Bill, if you want to say
Come on, Pops. I think you need to be a little tougher with Muscle Man here. Oh, I don't think I can yell!
Too right, Benson. I'm trying my best.
Recite some poetry.
JG, do you mind explaining Muscle Mentor? I just want to tease that one because it's my personal favorite.
Oh, you just want to, just explaining it a little
Yeah,
bit?
yeah.
We're not sure I can flip on it, but...
No, it's too funny not to. It'll be a t-shirt before you know it.
Yeah, there will be a t-shirt. I'm hoping there will be a t-shirt of this, but basically the idea is there's a mentoring harness involved that looks pretty much like a baby Bjorn. And so Muscle Man's going to mentor somebody because they don't know how to get the job done right.
And then, yeah, so we're back in premieres March 26th, Monday at 8. The next episode is Video Game Wizard. If you just want to say a couple of words and we'll show that clip.
Yeah, Video Game Wizard. I don't know if anybody is a fan of the movie The Wizard.
Yeah! California.
It's got a little, you'll see in the clip, it's got a little flavor of that, a little road trip action. I don't know. I think we should just show the clip and let that.
Can we show the clip?